Okay, everybody, welcome back to the DGS 2605 channel. We're back with our MLB Power Pros 2008 season mode with your undefeated world champion Toronto Blue Jays. So last time out, the most thrilling game we've had of either season so far. We narrowly won it, thanks to Curtis Granderson and Ryan Braun hitting clutch home runs in the 8th and 9th inning, and Lindstrom shutting the game down after Gagne couldn't. So I'm not going to be like the real Jays, right? They keep putting in Hoffman, he keeps messing up, they don't go with Vartland. I'm not making that mistake here, so guess what? Lindstrom is back as closer, everybody, and Gagne is now mop-up man. Lindstrom wasn't the mop-up man, they were not switching like that, but regardless, we still have 2 more games against the Royals here, then we head back to the Sky Dome to face off against the Twins again. So we got some ALCS rematches back-to-back-to-back here. And of course, on the mound, it's going to be John Danks. 1.69, nice ERA. As we know, ERA is going to mean a whole lot. He needs to shut this Royals lineup down. Olsen, until he lost it a bit down the stretch, was doing well. And so I don't know why Gagne was saying he was tired the last game, unless he did recover quicker. But we at least have a bullpen to play with here. So looking at their lineup, we're going against, Jay Reyes, who finished off the game against us the last time out. Everyone in our lineup's neutral. Our lineup's looking better than their lineup. We're either neutral or our first 2 hitters are looking good. 4 of their hitters are looking bad. 2, 3, 5, and 8. Alright, well, we're going to head into the game here. Okay, Blue Jays, let's play ball. Now, Danks has surprised us with clutch pitching. I just seen Milwaukee beat the Phillies 16-10 over at Citizens Bank Park. And in real life today, the World Cup's starting, so hopefully I get 1 game, hopefully 2. Out, and I can watch the first matchup between Mexico and South Africa. Alrighty, here we are, Kauffman Stadium. Rich Aurelia leading off. Jojo Reyes, that's his name, yes. Strike 1 on a fastball. He has not had an earned run against him so far this season. So we got a southpaw matchup here. Lefty Jojo and lefty John Danks on our side. Dr. Dank. We got to come up with a name for him, because we already have Dr. J for Jeremy Guthrie. Aurelia fouls off another fastball. Count remains 0-2. And a mistake across the heart of the plate. Aurelia's going to punish that. That's going to be going for a leadoff single for Rich Aurelia. Win is a factor of 1, heading east. Here's Ray Durham, 490 average. Takes strike 1. Directly north. The wind was not a big factor the last game. Quick 0-2 count. Curve in the dirt, not swinging on that. 1-2 now. Slider too high and inside. 2-2. Nearly got the corner with that slider, but missed it. Payoff pitch to Ray Durham. Runner on first, nobody away. Read the curveball well. That is off the glove of Orlando Hudson. Try to make an excellent defensive play there. Instead, it's going to go as a base hit for Ray Durham. Here's Lance Berkman, 487, 30 homers, 74 RBIs. Smoked that, smoked it way foul. Another 0-2 count. And he's going to muscle that over for a base hit. We will be sending Aurelia home. It's going to be 1-0 Toronto. This is the kind of start we needed. Here's AR-15. So Reyes has gotten the first 3 hitters into 0-2 counts. All 3 got a single. Strike 1 AR-15. High curve missed. 1-1. 1-2. I realized I was wrong. Durham wasn't a 0-2 count. Anyways, that's going out to Kemp in right field. We're just going to take the out. 1 away. 1 bounce, 2 bounce. Not a bad idea to run on him the next time. Here's Braun. Looking for home run number 50. Average of 5.99. Slider too far inside. 1-0. And there's a very real possibility he gets to 100 RBIs in this game. He's 5 away. 2-1. High fastball on the corner. Finally found it there. 2-2. He's going to push that the other way. It's going to be Kemp again. And we're going to send them running. Why not? So that's a productive out. Gets them both runners in scoring position. Here's Mike Lowell. All we need is a solid base hit. Strike 1 on a high slider. He's already into the mid-20s for his pitch count. Blew that fastball by Lowell, 0-2. But he reads the slider well, and he pulls it. It's bounced out there. We're sending Berkman. 1 run scores. Will the second one score? Yes, it will. Just in time. Lowell with a 2 RBI single. 3-0 Toronto, and here's Luke Scott. He's going to keep an eye on Lowell over at first base. That, I believe, was the 3rd hit of the inning. Had to be, yeah. Where he got the hitter into a 0-2 count, but they still got a base hit. 1-1 now. Curve just inside. 2-1. Luke Scott read that curveball well. That's going to get down for a base hit. 5th base hit of the inning for the Blue Jays. Here's PLD. 439, 3 homers, 14 RBIs. That was a mistake, but we got a little antsy with it. Chavez takes a stride. That's going to end the inning. So we were 3 for 5 in the first inning. That's the kind of offensive production we need. Heading to the bottom of the first now. Let's see what Danks can do here. Let's check out the slider. Okay, that's not a good omen. Let's try and check out the slider again. Okay, not half bad. Change up. Let's put a little extra spin on that. That was way off. I didn't touch the stick there. All right, Matt Murden here, left-hander. Excuse me, right-hander. Hits the first pitch he sees. Grandy's there, 1 away. So looks like we're going to be reliant on some defense here. O-Dog, 363 average. Strike 1 on the slider. Got just under that fastball. Berkman caught in foul territory. Are you kidding me now? Oh, I hope that didn't show up. We need to... I got a pop-up, man. I haven't gotten that in forever. We need your credentials. Can you ask me later while I'm not pitching against Jim Tomei? He pulled that one inside. Berkman steps on the bag. All right. That was pretty painless. As painless as it gets. That popped up. Kind of scared me, but head back in the game, right? Last batter in the lineup, Curtis Granderson, leading off for the Toronto Blue Jays. 458, 25 homers, 62 RBIs. Another mistake from JoJo Reyes, strike 1. Grandy went fishing for that one. Caught by Orlando Hudson off a jump, 1 away. Second trip through the lineup, Rich Aurelia. 1 for 1 so far in the game with a single. Ball 1. Strike 1. Curve inside, 2-1. Hits that fastball across the heart of the plate to Tomei. Steps on the bag, 2 away. Here's Durham. Like the first pitch he saw, over to Chavez, over to first. That's going to end the top of the second, so not nearly as productive as the first, but we're just inching along here. Bottom of the second coming up, 4, 5, 6 part of the Kansas City lineup. So 3 and 4 batters are both lefties. That's going to help Danks out. And he smokes that pitch, went foul. That would have been extra bases had it stayed fair. Tried to bait him on that slider, didn't bite. 1-2, pulls that one. Berkman, 1 away. A lot of ground outs to the first baseman. Here's Kemp, 260, 1-10. Strike 1 on the fastball. Hit off with the head of the bat. That's going to go for the first base hit of the day for Kansas City. Danks was perfect through 1 in the 3rd. Runner on first now, J.J. Hardy. Hits the first pitch he sees. That's going for a base hit. Runners on first and second with 1 out. Okay, the double play is still there. There's whatever his first name is, Lamb. Granderson catches it, 2 away. Runners stay at their bases. All right, Chavez is not a power hitter. I say we try and get him on a pop-up. Beautiful strike 1. That's how you make a fastball go. Pulls that just inside. Excellent pitching there to get out of the jam. Kansas City 0 for 2. Toronto 3 for 5. Top of the 3rd coming up. It's the heart of the lineup. Lance Berkman leading off. It's the first pitch he sees. It was another mistake. That's over to Kemp again. 1 away. Wind is now moving southeast, factor of 1. Here's AR-15, and he has thrown so many mistakes. We got some right-handers coming up. Let's see if anything happens. Slider low, 1-1. He read that slider well. It doesn't get past Tomei. 2 away. There's Braun. Because it's Braun, we'll give him 1 power shot here. Strike 1 on the slider. Just got inside on him in the curveball. Kemp is waiting in right field. Braun got past first base, but that's going to be 3 up and 3 down yet again for the Blue Jays. Bottom of the 3rd coming up. It's the bottom of their lineup. Ross leading off. Fastball went low. It swings on the 1-0 pitch. Aurelia takes a stride. Oh, no, Aurelia. Oh, it's been a while since he did that. So a leadoff runner there, thanks to an error. We can get out of this jam, right? Strike 1 of Merton. And that's how you do it. A tag out, throw out, double play. We just bailed really out of costly mistake there. Orlando Hudson now. Strike 1. He's gearing up for something big. And he just missed the ball there. That's going to right field. AR-15 makes the catch. So they got no hits, but 1 error was committed by Rich Aurelia. No harm done. Top of the 4th. 6-7. 8 part of the Jays lineup. Pitch count. He's into the mid-40s. Strike 1. It's that pitch that should get down for base hit. Past the shortstop. Mike Lowell with a leadoff single. 2 RBIs in the game and now 2 base hits. There's Luke Scott, 1 for 1 with a single of his own. This is a lefty-lefty matchup here. You know they're looking for the double play. Strike 1 on the curve. And Luke Scott read that curve excellently. That's going to center left. It's got a good amount of carry. It will stay in the park. Stop Lowell at 3rd. Luke Scott with a double. He's looking for a cycle now, needs the triple in the home run. 2 runners in scoring position for Toronto. And up comes Paulo Duca. That's a standing double, too. All he has to do is just drive a ball here. He can get a sac fly. The quality start is an extreme jeopardy for Reyes. He sends that out there. It will fall for a base hit. So it won't be a sac fly. Lo Duca has, I believe that's his, 15th RBI on the season. 4-0 Blue Jays. Runners on the corners. None away for Grandy. Smacks it up the middle. Another base hit past the shortstop just barely. RBI single for Granderson. 5-0 Jays. Aurelia take a timeout here. Pitch count is in the 50s now. And I got a feeling we're due. Strike 1 on a fastball. Laying off that curve. 1-1. Aurelia muscles that over. That's going to Orlando Hudson. At its 2nd. Why did he throw to 3rd? I can't believe that. Okay, whatever. We got a runner on the corner now. Sac fly is still available, but so is the double play. Strike 1 on a curve to Ray Durham. Hit that hard. Just went foul. Another 0-2 count. Ray Durham hits that excellently. That's going to center field. He's going to have himself an RBI single. 6-0 Jays. This has turned out to be quite a rally here. They're keeping him in to face Lance Berkman. Strike 1 on a high curve. Fastball outside. 1-1. And Lance Berkman hits that to deep right. Will it have enough on it? It's going. It's going. Just made it. 3-6-7 feet. That ball traveled. His 31st home run on the season. That's 3 RBIs on the day for him. He's looking for a cycle. 9-0 Toronto. And we're coming up when it counts, and he's getting it. Yep, out of there. Reyes came into the game with a perfect ERA. Left nearly the unlucky number 13. Here comes Randy Wells. We got to thank him for his charity work, allowing him to get, allowing Braun to get that home run off him. Quick 1-1 count to AR-15, and it's batting practice. by a pretty sizable margin here. And a mistake. Rios is going to make a base hit here. That's going to be, without a doubt, a standing double for Alex Rios. The hitting just continues. Here's Braun. Oh, good gracious, that's going to center field. It is going. Will it have enough? Yes, it will. There's number 50 on the day for on the season for Braun. 436 feet that traveled to pretty much dead center field. Another 2 RBIs come across the plate. 11-0 Toronto. We're in double digits. Here's Mike Lowell. Second home run. Wells has given up 2. Braun. This 3-game series. Strike 1 to Mike Lowell. Strike 2 to Mike Lowell. Here's the 0-2. He hits that up center field. Orlando Hudson dives past it. That's another hit for the Jays. Here's Luke Scott. He's looking for a cycle. Pulls that one. That's a really weird hit ball. What's going to happen over at first base? He's safe. Infield hit. Luke Scott is 3 for 3. Here's Paulo Duca. Runners on first and second. Still 1 out. Oh, he hit that right at Orlando Hudson. At second. And this time, shortstop made the right throw. Inning ends on double play, but it was an 8-run rally, so who cares? We're 11 for 15. Royals are 0 for 2. Bottom of the 4th, but it's the heart of the lineup. Now, just because we have this lead, we're not letting this game get away from us. We still execute. Strike 1. And got him reaching. That will go for a base hit. He's not a good runner, so that's not a guy I'm upset about having a leadoff single. That's their 3rd hit of the day. Of the night, I should say. Chavez, strike 1 on this fastball. That one got away from Danks. Luckily, he swung through that. It's a weird hit ball. Go to second. Over to first. He's going to be safe. So we keep a runner over at first base, but it is a more dangerous runner than who was there previously. Strike 1 to Matt Kemp off the fastball. It's that one over to Aurelia. Don't make a mistake now. At second. Over to first. They're going to beat out the double play. So still a runner on first. J.J. Hardy, strike 1 on the changeup. Runner takes off. He didn't swing. It was outside. Loduca, will he gun him down? Yes, he will. That'll end the inning. So, in a very roundabout way, the Royals went 3 up and 3 down. Top of the 5th coming up, and it's Curtis Granderson leading off again. 1 for 2 with a single. I'll just see because he's a right-handed pitcher. Strike 1. Got him jammed on that. That's going over to left field. Merton makes the catch. 1 away. Here's Rich Aurelia. 1 for 3. Strike 1 on the changeup. Strike 2 on the high fastball. He is pitching very high in the zone. Aurelia puts that in play. Right at Tomei. 2 away. Here's Durham. 2 for 3, 2 singles, and I think he's earned himself some batting practice here. Hits the first pitch he sees. It's J.J. Hardy. Over to first. That's the end of the inning, so the Jays go 3 up and 3 down. Still 11 for 15. Bottom of the 5th coming up. 6-7. 8 part of the Royals lineup. Danks, just keep doing your thing. J.J. Hardy would have been able to swing the bat if his teammate didn't get caught stealing. Slider inside. 1-1. Four-seamer just missed. 2-1. Fouls that back. Here's the 2-2. Changeup went too far inside. It's going to be a payoff pitch. J.J. Hardy. And Durham makes a nice catch. Excellent defensive play there. And good. Aurelia, get in the game, please. All right. Here's Lamb. Strike 1 on the fastball. Is he the shortstop? Okay, no. J.J. Hardy's the shortstop. That sets off the skinny part of the bat. Durham won't be able to get to it. There's their 4th base hit. Keep the runner on first. 1 away. Double play is possible. Here's Chavez. High fastball for strike 1. And that is not good. That's going to go for base hit. Will we get him at third? It's going to be close. He's safe. So there's a very shallow double. David Ross. Ball 1 missed. Slider missed for ball 2. Why not get him a little high? There we go. That's what we want. Get out at first. The run will come across. We still have a double-digit lead, 11-1. As the ERA is still well under 2. Strike 1 of Merton there. Ball 1 missed. Oh, come on, Grandy. You got this. Grandy runs it down. Excellent. So the Royals got 1 run across the plate in a very roundabout way. They're 1 for 5. We're 11 for 15. You separate them by 10 runs and 10 hits. Top of the 6th coming up. It's the heart of our lineup. It's Berkman. Check the pitch count. It's only into the teens. I feel like there's a joke to be made, but I'm not going to slander any player I don't know. Anyways. Change-up missed. Ball 1. 1-1 count. So I think it's good. Just let the pitch count go up. We don't have to worry about his arm at all for the final game of the series, 1-2. Got Berkman swinging on a high heat. Here's error 15, 1 for 3 with a double. Strike 1 on the fastball. Change-up caught in the zone. Here's the 0-2. Not swinging on that. Low fastball. 1-2. Rios hits that perfectly up center field. That's going to be a base hit. He's going to have a single. He's looking for a cycle now. Braun 1 for 3 with a home run. And a mistake. I should have maybe had the power on that, but instead it's going to go for extra bases. Braun's going to get a stand-up double for himself. 2 runners in scoring position for Mike Lowell. Wells is tired. Strike 1 on the fastball. Got him jammed on there. That's going over to right field. We'll be pretty shallow. We're sending them anyways. Orlando Hudson went to third. Oh, he's barely in there. The sac fly for Lowell pays off. And just in case, Lou Scott. Strike 1 on the changeup. Hit that hard, smoked it over to J.J. Hardy, throws it to first. That's going to be the final out of the inning. So we got 1 run across to make up for the 1 run allowed. We're 12 for 17. They're 1 for 5. 2, 3, 4 part of the Royals lineup. So we have our insurance. No doubt about that. Strike 1 on the fastball. And O'Dog smoked that, but Rios is there to make the catch. 1 away. It's Tomei. Inside on that changeup, 1-0. Swung through that fastball. That thing would have gone into orbit had he made contact. That one, Durham makes a dive over to first. Tomei doesn't run well. Got him. Ray Durham, excellent defensive play. 2 outs in the inning. Here's Eric Chavez. Ball, not quite a 50-50 call. Fair to call that a 1-0 count. That's fouled back. Will Loduca have the room? No, he won't. Goes to the stands out there. 1-1. That got away from Danks. That's pulled inside. It's the 1-2. Is that in play? Past Danks. Durham with another dive, but Chavez runs a lot better. That's going to be an infield hit. The inning will continue for at least 1 more batter. Here's Kemp. Swung at that fastball, strike 1. Swung at 2 fastballs, strike 2. And he pulls the 0-2 slider all the way over there. Relay it. He's going home. Nothing we can do about that. Run it out. So they got the run back. Keep an eye. J.J. Hardy. Let's see that quality start at the very least. Strike 1. That was a generous call. He pulls out inside to third. Lowell over to first. Danks gets out of the jam, so he finishes off with a quality start. 6th innings a wash. Royals are 2 for 7. We're 12 for 17. Top of the 7th coming up. Paulo Duca leading off in the 8th spot. They're going to take Wells out of there. Place him with Breslow here, another southpaw. His ERA, he is not in good condition. His ERA is around 3.5. Slider in the dirt, whatever that was. 1-0. Loduca swings at that. Hudson over to first. One away. It's Grandy. Now, I can't blame them for making a decision like that, putting a lefty in with Curtis Granderson right there. Swings at the first pitch. Orlando Hudson waits. Makes the catch. 2 away. Right, fifth trip through the Jays lineup. Rich Aurelia 1 for 4. Cutter missed. 1-0. Cutter didn't miss. 1-1. A slider. 1-2. And Aurelia read that changeup well. That's going to center field. He's going to have his second base hit of the day. 2 for 5 now. Runner on first. 2 outs. Durham has alternated between single, ground out, single, ground out. And that time I was waiting on a good pitch. That was a mistake. It's going out there. Why not send him? Maybe don't send him. Alrighty, so Durham with a 2-out double gets both runners in scoring position for Lance Berkman. And Berkman smokes that thing, man. That's going to dead center. Will it have enough to get out of the park? Gets past the wall at least. 3-run shot for Lance Berkman. His second home run of the day. 32nd home run on the season. About 430 feet. I believe that's his 6th RBI as he comes across the plate. 15-2. Here's Rios, who's looking for a cycle. Let's see if he can add on here. Cutter 1-0. Rios hits that to center field. That had a lot on it. It's getting past the center fielder. Bounces back. Chavez relays it, but Rios is going to be in there with a double. His second of the day. Here's Braun. He got a good swing on that. That's going to center field. Will Chavez run it down? Yes, he will. So that's 3 runs in the top of the 7th for the Jays. We're at the 7th inning stretch. I don't have any water or any other drink with me, so no need for good luck based on how this is going. Let's just examine how this game has gone so far. Danks has gotten himself out of a couple of bad situations. We have the run insurance. I'm thinking, well, this is the 7-8-9 part of the lineup. We know Chavez should be an easy out. Let's just keep him rolling along here. Maybe the next run he allows across sometime in the 8th. Maybe he can even stretch it to the complete game. We'll see what happens. As we all know, it's 1, 2, 3 strikes you're out at the old Bowl game at Kauffman Stadium, home of the Kansas City Royals. All right, here's Lamb, 1 for 2. Strike 1, perfect on that bottom right corner. Hits that hard, right at Durham, over to Berkman, 1 away. Here's Chavez, 1 for 2, does have a double. Strike 1 on the slider. It's that pitch well. He is going to have his second base hit of the day. He's looking for a cycle now, has the double and the single. Here's Ross, 0 for 2. That one got away from Danks. Luckily stayed away from Ross's bat. Swung through that fastball. Here's the 0-2. Got him swinging on 3 pitches. Is that his first strikeout? Yes, it is. First strikeout on the day. Strike 1 to Merton. Strike 2. Hustle that. Aurelia won't be able to get to it. Throw it over to third. Keep him there. Orlando Hudson coming up. Danks is finally getting tired. Strike 1 on the fastball. It's that hard down the line. Berkman's there. That ends the inning. So they got 2 more hits. Nothing came of them. Top of the 8th coming up. 6, 7. I almost dropped my controller. 6, 7, 8 part of the lineup. Here's Lowell, 3 for 3. 3 singles. Hits that hard to center field. Caught by Chavez, unfortunately. So he's now 4 for... He's 3 for 4 because he had the sac fly. Scott now, strike 1. This is a lefty-lefty matchup they want to see. Slider missed, 1-1. Cutter missed, 2-1. Slider inside the strike zone. Count is even, 2-2. Cutter in the dirt. It's going to be a payoff pitch to Luke Scott. I have a hunch here. Hits that hard. Not past the shortstop Hardy. Over to first. 2 away. There's Paulo Duca. 1 for 3. A single, an RBI, and a double play in the day. Strike 1 on the slider. Slider in the dirt. 1-1. Changeup in the dirt. He's bouncing it like this is cricket. When Duca hits that to center field, it will fall for a base hit. His second hit of the day. That's going to bring up Curtis Granderson. 1 for 3. Excuse me, 1 for 4. He's made contact every time. And he swings at that first pitch. Did it have enough on it? He pulls it over to right field. It's going. It will go. Curtis Granderson, exactly 400 feet that went. His 26th home run on the season. Homers in back-to-back games. That's going to go ahead and be... What was I going to say? Okay, another 2 RBIs. Comes across the plate, 17-2. He's now looking for a cycle as well. Here's Rich Aurelio. Strike 1 on the cutter. Cutter in the dirt, 1-1. Got him reaching high for that. Chavez over to first. That's going to end the inning. But another 2 runs thanks to Granderson. Puts us up by 15. We haven't been shut out since the 5th inning. Bottom of the 8th coming up. It's the heart of the lineup. But with 2 lefties, I say we keep Danks in. Come on, Danks. Tomei hits the first pitch he sees. Clobbered it. Granderson runs it down. 1 pitch, 1 out. That's efficient. That's what we like. Chavez, 1 for 3 with a single. Has made contact every time. Hits that over to left field. Scott going back. Doesn't make the catch. Going to relay it in. And I think that's going to be it for Danks on the mound today. Okay. Let's take a look at who we got coming up. Righty. So 2 righties, a lefty. 2 righties, 2 lefties. With this margin, do not make me look stupid, Gagne. Okay, come on. All you need is get past these. Let's see if we can just carry us through the game, or at least get out of the 8th inning. Fastball too low. 1-2. Got him swinging. Second strikeout of the day for the Jays pitching. It's J.J. Hardy. Swings at the first pitch. Aurelio takes a stride. JJ's a good runner, but not good enough. That's going to end the inning. Heading to the top of the 9th. 2-3-4. Part of the Jays lineup. It's a cap-off hitting for the day. Let's see what the Jays can do. There's Ray Durham. 3 for 5. 2 singles and a double. Oh, really swung early on that changeup. 0-1. Clobbered that. Will it have enough? The wind is going against it. Marginally, it will not matter. Ray Durham gets a solo shot, his 9th home run of the season. 2nd home run of the day for the Jays. That went exactly 400 feet. He's a triple away from the cycle if we somehow get around to him. 18-2 for the Jays. 20 runs have been scored in this game so far, and the Royals have 2 of them. This is the kind of offense we expect, and the kind of pitching we expect, from our side at least. They're going to take Breslow out of there, another tired pitcher. Here comes in Jay Miller. His ERA's in the double digits. Let's see if we can get to 20. Strike 1 on the bottom right corner. 0-1. Curve 1-1. Hits that low. Caught by J.J. Hardy. Finally made a defensive play over there. On the way, here's Rios. Strike 1 on the bottom left side. 0-1. Knee muscles that. That's going right at J.J. Hardy. It's going to be 2 away. Here's Braun. 2 for 5. Let's see if we can at least get him the single. Strike 1 there. 0-1. Curve in the dirt, 1-1. Slider missed, 2-1. And he pushes that over to right field. It's going deep. It's going. It is gone. Second solo shot of the inning for the Jays. 51st home run of the season for Braun. I believe RBI number 98 as he comes across the plate. He's 2 RBIs away now. 19-2. Here's Lowell. 3 for 4. And he could just have fun. Pulls that first pitch. Didn't get a whole lot on it. Merton waits in left field. That's going to end hitting for the Jays. But we certainly made our mark. Finished 19 for 25. We were not shut out past the 5th inning. They only shut us out of 3 innings. All right, Gagne, 3 outs. Let's see what you can do. It's the last 3 batters in the lineup. Strike 1 to Lamb. Just missed. It's a bouncer over to Durham. 1 away. There's Chavez, 2 for 3. Strike 1. Puts that in play very weakly. He runs quick. Will Lowell get him? It's going to be close. Not as close as I thought it'd be. 2 away. All right. Ross 0 for 3. Strike 1 on the fastball. Puts that in play right at Rich Aurelia. That is your ball game. Final score, Toronto Blue Jays 19, Kansas City Royals 2. Danks really showed some guts here. And even Gagne, surprisingly, too. Danks will get the win, of course. And batter of the game, overall player of the game, I think has to go to Berkman. 2 3-run home runs, top of the first. I believe that brought in the first RBI, if that's what I'm thinking of. Oh, so he had 7 RBIs today. Yep. Top of the 9th. Ray Durham hitting a solo shot in an absolute blowout is a little interesting to show us the second highlight. It's probably going to be Braun. Yep. Braun absolutely clobbered that. So he's only 2 RBIs away now from 100 on the season. We're not even at, I think this is, what, the 30th game? Bottom of the 9th, final out. That's how you close out a game. I don't know where that was last time. We finished 19 for 25. Royals finished 2 for 10. They only got 1 run across in 2 different innings. That was it. Aurelia, that error, luckily went nowhere. Player of the game, I agree, Lance Berkman. So, heading into the post game now, let's go ahead and take a look at the stats. Danks 5-0 now on the season. Reyes' his first loss. Oh boy, did he lose. We won the game in the first inning again. 10 hits in the 4th. Crazy. Home runs, Durham had his 9th. Berkman had 31 and 32. Braun had 50 and 51. And Grandy had 26. Check the RBIs. Ooh, wow. Only 3 guys in our lineup didn't get RBIs. Berkman, yep, 7 RBIs. Braun with 3, Lowell with 3, Grandy with 3. Laduca had 1, Durham had 2. Everybody came across the score at least once. Durham came across 4 times. How much sales there? Danks with the win, 7 1/3 innings pitched. 10 hits allowed, 1 strikeout. The 2 earned runs, but he keeps his ERA under 2 at 1.83. Gagne has his ERA into the single digits. Thank God he was able to close it out. That saves our bullpen for the next game. 86 pitches total. It took our pitching staff. 50 balls hit. 25 hits. Almost all of them went to center field. Home runs are pretty evenly split. And it felt like a lot of balls were going to right field, but looked pretty even there. So that's going to wrap up the game. We'll take a look around. Holiday's control went up. Good for him. Total points in that game, 574. Let's look around. Mets lost. White Sox won, double digits. Let's see, 3. Nationals matched our run output. That is absurd. Wow. Indiana and NL Park, too, nonetheless. Hey, the former Expos, the Canadian teams, scored it there. Braves are shut out. Looks like a good all-around day of baseball. So that's going to be the end of this video. Now at high noon next time, we will be finishing off the Royals in that third game of the series. And it's going to be Halladay on the mound. We're going to have to see how he does there. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time to watch good old Doc Halladay take on the Kansas City Royals.